Hey, I want to tell you a quick story. A few months back, I made an infographic post on Instagram, okay, which if you don't follow, here it is. Now, I included Nutella and I compared it to avocado, but not in terms of nutrient density, but instead, I compared them on the scale of calorie density, okay? Now, that infographic actually got a lot of traction, both positive and negative, okay? So I decided a month later to repost the same infographic and see how it does. And to no surprise, it got more traction, but this time a lot more hate than the previous time, okay? I guess it just happened to catch all those Nutella haters out there and those clean eaters. Then I made it a point to make sure that I created a new infographic and to include the Nutella to really see if it was Nutella that was driving these people insane. A fitness person talking about Nutella, this can't be true. This person is not credible, okay? So I did that, I posted it, and again, more waves of hate. Now, it's a very polarizing subject, so here we are today where I decided to take it one step further and make a whole YouTube video on Nutella. And by the way, if you're wondering, this is the only Nutella I actually have in the house. As you see, there's a little thing of Nutella right there. But let's go ahead and talk about it. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy John Mango, and I'm here representing Beyond the Iron. We'll drop weekly fitness content on this channel. It's going to help you get to your goals faster and more enjoyably. So if you're interested in that, by all means consider subscribing. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And one thing I do want to say, originally I planned for this video to be a research-based video. So what I'm going to do for you, since I did do some research on it, is I'm going to link this research that basically relates Nutella with cancer, Nutella and obesity and all of that stuff down below if you want to take a look. But I'm going to turn this more into a rant video, okay? The rant is going to be backed up by both the studies down below, my own personal decade of experience, both coaching and dieting myself, and basically break it down so you can make your own conclusion. So here we go. So the reason why, okay, I get people mostly saying, why even post about Nutella? Why even have Nutella in the first place if it is so incredibly inferior in terms of nutrients to any basically other food, would be the argument. And my argument is not this, okay? People tend to take it out of context. When I compare two foods, something like a Nutella, or in this case original pancake mix set, actually this looks pretty damn good, but listen, when I'm comparing stuff like Nutella or any sort of chocolate or treat or candy to foods such as avocado, such as eggs, such as peanuts, such as peanut butter, that kind of stuff, it is not for the purpose of saying you should eat Nutella and candy, you shouldn't eat peanut butter and avocado. That is obviously not the case. People take the words out of context, twist them, and decide to make their own story. What I'm really saying is this. I recently made a video on people that eat healthy but can't lose weight. You see, the problem with the misinformation that's out there in today's world is that we're not taking into account calories, okay? So in that case, when people are told, look, avocado is good for you, and in the scale of looking at micronutrients, of course, avocado is full of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and so many benefits when compared to something that's calorie dense like Nutella. However, people that are misinformed and only get that information, go ahead and take it, start eating all the avocado they want, which by the way tastes great in a lot of people's opinions, and then from there they are stuck getting either fatter or staying the same and wondering what is it that they're doing wrong, which then causes them to go and look for another solution, and this other place is going to tell them, well, it's because you're not eating enough. And so the snowball of misinformation just keeps piling up, things get worse, people get misled, and eventually, unfortunately, the same issues that arise from having too many foods like this to just simply having too many of the good foods, we're still going to be there, okay? So my whole intent when bringing Nutella here is one thing and one thing only, is to capture your attention first, okay? So all these people that comment, I captured their attention, but then they took the words out of context. So here's what I'm saying. Listen, there is no such thing as a good or bad food. Now, again, that's going to capture your attention, and people are going to say, how could you say something like that? Why would you eat Nutella when it is so inferior as a food source than something like a banana, okay? And the answer is simple. There are scenarios where Nutella is not bad to have. An example scenario is this. Let's say that I've been very strict clean eating for a very long time, okay? But now I've been suppressing these cravings that I may have when I see my friends and family eating these desserts and whatnot. I've been suppressing them, okay? I've been staying away from it. I've been disciplined. Now, would you say that it is okay, potentially even more beneficial for my mental sanity, okay? And for the fact that knowing that I can have other foods and control myself to perhaps have the Nutella for once in a while, okay? Of course, that's the whole game. That's flexible dieting, okay? So now I have these two options in front and I really want to have this. Well, here's the problem. The progress you make is not going to be broken by one decision in one day. Of course, you continue making that same decision and it will crumble over time. That's the key, is to be able to control yourself. And how do you control yourself? Be aware of the calories first. If I understand that I can eat too much avocado, then guess what? I'm not going to eat too much avocado. However, when people like to ignore the calories in, calories out method, which is completely stupid because it is as much of a law as the law of gravity, okay, and it is that concrete and it is that irrefutable, then people start taking things out of context and they say, well, the second you have Nutella, the sugar is bad for you. It causes cancer, it causes obesity, and I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. In fact, I have sweets every once in a while, every week, whenever I want, okay? I just make sure that the majority of my foods are coming from nutrient-dense, whole sources, kiwis, fruits, veggies, you know, pears, all of that stuff. Now, the issue doesn't begin when you start eating foods like this. The issue begins when you don't understand that calories in versus calories out is the most important. Once you become aware of how many calories you should be eating, you then look at food more objectively, as opposed to saying, oh, that's Nutella, it's bad for me, okay? Alienating the food causes a bad relationship with it. So in this case, I look at the food and I say, I understand that Nutella has more calories than, let's say, a banana would, and I'm gonna get full less. However, do I want Nutella right now? As a human, why should I restrict myself from foods if they aren't going to hold me back from my goal? So in this case, I think, okay, if I have one serving of Nutella back here, it looks like I'm going to have about 80 calories for 15 grams, which is pretty nutrient dense, considering for about 100 grams over here, I would get almost the same amount, okay? So I think, all right, I'm okay with having less food and potentially being a little bit hungry later, but I want to satisfy my current want for Nutella. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm aware of my calories, my macros, and I understand that so long as this is the decision I'm making 80, 90% of the time, then this decision 10, 15, 20% of the time is not only not going to affect my results negatively, it may actually affect my results positively. So, to basically bring this into conclusion, is Nutella bad for you? Does it cause cancer? Well, again, read the research below and you'll realize it does not actually cause cancer. However, if you have it too much and too often, then it's a big problem. And let me paint you a picture while I'm at it for that. If you have too much water too often, you will die. Water will be toxic to your body. Okay, so that's just to bring it into perspective. It's a lot easier to have too much of this than it is to have too much water or too many bananas. However, you can also make a balance of all of them. You can enjoy this, and for the sanity and the adherence purpose that means the most over everything else, I do recommend that if you want Nutella, you have it, so long as it is tracked, it is taken into account, it is not a bad habit that you can't control. If those are the cases, then guess what? It's just as fair to compare the calorie intake of Nutella to the calorie intake of avocado, because at the end of the day, they both are calories, they both have different effects on the body, but they both can help you get to your goal if you're aware of how to do so. So with that being said, everyone, that's all I wanted to say in today's rant video. I hope that you found it helpful, maybe educational, maybe give you a little insight as to how I look at food and why I have a good relationship with it. Look at this. Look, I can hug this. I know I can eat this. I'm not afraid of it. If you are afraid of Nutella, I gotta stay away from sugar, I gotta stay away from Diet Coke, I gotta stay away from that, then you don't have the proper relationship with food, or at least not one as good as you could have. So that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I want you to hit them up in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you out. Make sure to follow my Instagram for daily content covering stuff like this. And thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more weekly fitness content. I'll see you guys in that next video. I'm out.